everyone, it's Lindsay. I wanted to do my 24 and 25 week pregnancy vlog. I think it'll be my 24 and 25 week. I am 25 weeks and 5 days pregnant today. I totally intended to do one last week, but we are leaving on vacation today to meet my sister's new baby whenever he decides to show up. So I wanted to make sure that I filmed one today before we left. That way I could get something out because I know that I won't film when we're home. So to start off, I have my list here. So I will be kind of looking down at this, but I'm going to do the same style again and answer the questions in a row. That way, hopefully I don't forget anything and leave anything out like I've done before. My total weight gain this pregnancy, I started off at 152.1 pounds. That was a couple days before I found out I was pregnant. And I got on the scale this morning and I was 161.2 pounds. So I have gained a total of 9 pounds. That's always first morning, right when I wake up and go to the bathroom before I eat anything. So I would say like 9 to 11 pounds based on the day and the time, but 9 pounds exactly per my scale this morning. Maternity clothes. Yes, I am in maternity clothes. I can still wear some of my like yoga pants, of course. Those are meant to be worn anytime. And I can still wear some of my tank tops. But for the most part, I would say 90% of my clothes are maternity. Stretch marks. I do not have any stretch marks that are new to this pregnancy. Like I said, I still have some from Cooper, but I don't have any extra ones. How am I sleeping? I'm sleeping great. I meant to show you my setup in the bed, but we are washing sheets today given the blank bed over here. But I basically have a boppy pregnancy pillow, and then I have one standard size pillow on top of that and then one on the other side, and then I have my king size pillow to sleep on. So it's quite I told Derek, I said I feel kind of like a princess with all my pillows, and it makes kind of like a nest, but it's so comfortable. It keeps me from rolling on my back because I found that even though I start always on my stomach when I'm not pregnant, I always end up on my back. And stomach and back sleeping are both no-nos during pregnancy. So I have been really trying to figure out now, my third pregnancy, I finally figured out what works for me. But by having those tall pillows on each side, it keeps me from rolling on my back. And then it also keeps me from rolling too far on my stomach. So it keeps me exactly side lying, and the way the boppy pregnancy pillow works, I end up putting that like between my legs. So it's a perfect setup. I've been sleeping like a dream. Go back and watch my last video and I talk about the magnesium supplements that I've been taking, and I really think that those have been the key to my sleeping, because before that it was not good. So best moment of the week for me, I would say best moment of the weeks is Audrey has finally felt this baby move. I was 23 weeks and 5 days pregnant. I've been able to feel the baby on the outside since probably about 21 weeks pregnant, I would say, just guessing. But Audrey finally felt the baby move from the outside at 23 plus 5. I had her, of course, you know, when you're trying to get kids to feel the baby move, you have to make sure that the baby's moving a lot because they don't want to sit and just have their hand on your belly. At least Audrey doesn't. So I made sure the baby was being super active, and I told her to come over and put her hand on my belly, and she did, and the baby gave like the biggest kick that had happened in that period of kicks, and she kind of jumped her hand off and went, like, I think she was surprised that it felt the way it felt, and I think it kind of made it more real for her, kind of. Like, she was like, there's actually a baby in there. Like, there's someone in there that just kicked my hand. And so it was such a precious moment. I've been waiting for that because when I was pregnant with Cooper, even though she was an older age, she was turning 4 when he was born, she still really didn't she got it and she knew, but she really didn't care about like the movements and things. And so this time she does, and it was so neat. So that was definitely my best moment. Derek's been able to feel the baby move a ton. So that's been really, really awesome too. He never gets tired of it. He always wants to feel it. And so it makes it so enjoyable when your partner wants to really be a part of it and is really impressed by the movements and things. Like I didn't have that my first pregnancy, and so I didn't even know what I was missing, but he's just so excited about the movements and like always feels my belly and stuff. So it's been a good week, to say the least. So food cravings. Food cravings I've had the past 2 weeks have been anything lemonade, which is the same as the last update I did. I found these, they're like little frozen cups of Italian ice by Lindy's, I think is the brand. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, those things are so good. Like exactly what I want. I've only had one so far out of the package, but it's what we have at my hospital too, so I've snuck some from the hospital, don't tell. But they're so good. So I have those. I have continuously gotten my Panera frozen agave lemonade. Those are so good too. And then also, in addition to those, I really liked Rice Chex cereal. I've not had Rice Chex in years. I don't even know when the last time was. It just struck me as being so good, I just wanted some. So I've also been really enjoying Rice Chex. The funniest one, not funniest, but the worst, I guess, craving has been Reese's Pieces, but I've only had like one of like the movie theater boxes, and it was spread over several days. So I don't feel too bad about my cravings, but those have been the cravings. I sure wish it was something more healthy. I still want cucumbers. I still want watermelon, but I just haven't found a good one as far as watermelons go, so I haven't really been able to indulge. So hopefully as the summer keeps coming, it gets closer to watermelon season and I get a good one. Anything making me queasy or sick? No. There's nothing. I felt really, really good, so nothing making me sick or queasy. Gender guess for this baby. I am still in the boy camp. It's weird because sometimes I'll say I think it's going to be a boy, and at the same time my head's like, well, no, I think it's actually a girl. But I think it's a boy. I don't know. I think it's a boy. We'll see. I obviously like 50-50 shot. One of them's going to be right. Derek at this point says that he thinks it's a girl. I think it's a boy, but we will see. So labor signs. No actual labor signs yet. But when I was 24 weeks exactly, so 24 and 0, we went to the beach for a little weekend vacation getaway type thing. I didn't drink a whole lot of water that day, and we were doing a lot of walking, and I got probably 20 painful type Braxton Hicks contractions. I know it was just due to dehydration. There was no other signs. I didn't have any spotting or anything. The baby was moving fine. It was just I was having like this slightly painful Braxton Hicks to where they were kind of like where I would like rub my belly and have to kind of breathe through. Obviously I could talk through. They weren't super painful. It was just I was having them, and I had probably 20 that evening. I pounded a whole bunch of water at dinner that night, and once we got back to our hotel room, and it seemed to be fine after that. It was just at the time it was not that comfortable. All right, as far as pregnancy symptoms, I don't know how many people out there are familiar, but I have been diagnosed with PUFS. I don't want to misquote, but it's basically an itchy rash of pregnancy, and there's no cure. You can use Benadryl at night to help you sleep through the itching. Luckily, I would say mine's a milder case than normal. And if you look up all of the signs or like reasons you get PUFS, I don't meet any of the criteria. My midwife is not 100% certain that it is PUFS, but I have a rash on my upper thighs and lower belly. I'm not going to show you because it's like in the area that you don't really want to show on YouTube, but my belly has some red little spots all over, but there's no rash on my actual belly that I'm going to show you. So that's why she's not concerned, or that's why she's not convinced that it's pups, but she says there's nothing else that she knows that it should be. I have not tried anything new as far as detergent, foods, lotions, products, nothing. Nothing changed. I just, one day my belly was just super itchy. I had already started using the Palmer's belly butter, but I hadn't actually used it frequently, so I started using that, and I used that all through Cooper's pregnancy as well. So I started using that, just thinking that my belly's growing, it must be itchy, and then my upper thigh started itching, and I was really confused because there was no rash, there was no redness at the time, and then the Thursday before I turned 25 weeks, so 24 and 6, I woke up and I had rash on the upper part of my thighs. It was just teeny tiny raised red bumps, kind of like, it looks just like a red splotch, but it's made up of a bunch of teeny tiny red bumps, and they're just really itchy. Like I said, I think I have a mild case because it's not all over my belly. It says that it normally forms where stretch marks are, but I don't have any stretch marks aside from the few left with Cooper, and so far I don't have any rash on my belly where those stretch marks are. So I'm hoping that it just stays where it is, or it's not even pups and maybe it's just a rash. I'm hoping. She said that could be the case, but probably not. So I don't know. So I was diagnosed with pups. Great. Also, I have been having those round ligament zinger pains. Not even pains, just like every once in a while if I move funny or like stretch funny or move my belly a different way, I'll get like a kind of like a rubber band zing pop on my belly, right in the middle, like right underneath where my belly button is on both sides. It's happened on both sides, not at the same time, but it's happened on both sides. So I've never experienced that. I'm guessing that's what it is because I've heard other mamas explain round ligament zingers like that, but that's what it feels like a rubber band pop. And it's like shocking. It makes me like startle, but that's what it feels like. Let me make sure I have not left anything out. So this is a little bit TMI, so if you want to skip forward, just skip forward just a little bit, but I'm definitely having some varicose veins in my perineal area. Definitely uncomfortable. They're not uncomfortable unless I've been sitting for a while and then I go to stand up. Like change in positions, they're just really unsightly, to be honest. They're really gross looking. I have mentioned it to my midwife, the only thing that we can really do, some women apply preparation H, but I find that's more messy than helpful. And you can wear compression shorts, but I don't want to wear compression shorts because I already have, again, TMI, an increased risk of getting like yeast infections and things like that. So I don't want to wear then these tight compression shorts and heighten that risk because I'd rather deal with just the discomfort and pressure of the varicosities than I would the discomfort and a yeast infection. So for right now, I'm doing nothing except complaining about them. There's nothing to do. I got them at the end of Cooper's pregnancy in the same exact spots. They're just worse now. And it's obviously not the end of my pregnancy. So I've had them since probably about 16 weeks. I just keep forgetting to mention, but they're just getting progressively a little bit bigger and a little worse. So that's fun. I've had just a little bit of some lower back pain. It's not even like pain, it's just like where your back feels tired and you have to feel like you keep stretching it out. That's what it feels like to me. It's not pain, it's just discomfort, like tired back feeling. So I've been trying to sit straighter. I've looked into getting one of those seats for my office that's actually a bouncy ball with a little bit of a back on it. So look on Amazon if you're interested. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to buy one just because my seat, I'm allowed to kind of slump in, and with the bouncy balls, you kind of have to sit up. So I'm thinking that would help, especially with positioning towards the end of pregnancy. So I think I might just splurge for one of those. They're, I think, like $80, $79, something like that. So I think I'm gonna get one of those just to kind of help my tired back feeling from, feeling like that down there. So I haven't mentioned this, but normally, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I have horrible, horrible skin. My skin is always very broken out. I look like a 15-year-old boy 80% of the time. But this pregnancy and Cooper's pregnancy, I've had really clear skin. With Audrey's, it was just kind of like waves, like it would be really clear and then it would break out. This pregnancy and Cooper's, I feel like my skin looks like $1 million. It doesn't to the normal person, but for me, it looks like $1 million. So I don't have like any breakouts for right now. I have like old scars from ones, but not any active breakouts. So it's been so nice to get a break from that. My last pregnancy symptom is I've had extremely dry, chapped lips. I don't know if it's a pregnancy symptom, but it only seems to happen when I'm pregnant. So I've been trying to go to sleep with like coconut oil and Vaseline and like lathering up at night. It's hard not to like chomp on them because they're just so uncomfortable. It feels good to put that pressure, but it makes them worse, so it's kind of not worth my time. So I've been trying to really apply the chapstick and try and heal them that way. But other than that, and like kind of exfoliating my lips, there's not really much I can do for that. All right, so belly button in or out. I've never had an outie during a pregnancy. It always just gets flat. I would assume that's what will happen this time, but I still don't have that yet. So it's still kind of indented at this point. Wedding rings on or off. My wedding ring is on. But I wore mother's rings on this finger. It was my grandma's and my mom's. And I have taken those off just because I was messing with them. It wasn't like they were tight, but they were just a little tight. So I just took them off. Happy or moody most of the time. I've been really, really happy most of the time. We have almost solidified a girl's name and a boy's name. Girl's name we have just excluding the middle name, and a boy's name we have a shortened list, so that's really nice. So that's been kind of a load off. I have been feeling like the mood to nest a little bit, so we're gonna wait until we get home from vacation and start doing some things as far as nesting for this baby, but I've been feeling really great. What am I most looking forward to? The trip home to see my sister and my brand new baby nephew that should be here any day. She's due today. She's 40 weeks today, so anytime. I'm hoping we get there in time to meet him and to be there in the hospital room, but that's what I'm most looking forward to. I am obsessed with him so much, like it might as well be my child that she's having. Like I'm so obsessed. I've made him a quilt. We're bringing that home. It's just, I'm so excited. I can't even take it. I'm so excited for him. So products I'm loving. Products I'm loving so far is this one. It's the Palmer's Tummy Butter for stretch marks. I use the Palmer's lotion also. I use the lotion like on my breast, on my thighs, but I use this on my belly where it's the most itchy. Then I bought a swimming suit top from Pink Blush Maternity. I will try and link it down below, but it's so comfortable. I've never purchased a maternity swimming suit, but we have a pool, and so I use my swimming suit a lot, so I figured I might as well just bite the bullet and buy one. It's so comfortable, it's so flattering, I feel so confident in it, so it's definitely worth the money. I think it was $30, so I love that. And then like I mentioned before in my sleep, I'm loving my pregnancy pillow. I think it's one of those things that you should just buy when you're first finding out you're pregnant, because you're not gonna not love it. Like I use mine even before I need it, just because. And I think I left my pregnancy pillow on the bed for a long time after Cooper was born, because it was just so comfortable. Like it just makes me sleep so nice. So a pregnancy pillow for sure is one of my favorite products. I have the Boppy pregnancy pillow. And then I guess I will show you my belly. So here is my belly at 25 weeks and 5 days pregnant. From the side, from the front. Let me scoot back a little bit. There you go. You can't really see the red from here because it's really like broken up little dots all over. But yeah, from this side, it's hard to do from this angle. From that side. And then very quickly, I wanted to go over to a symptom that I left off. My boobs have got so much bigger this pregnancy than they have ever before. I swear it's where like 5 pounds of my weight gain has gone. I don't know what the heck is different. I don't know if my body just knows that this baby's gonna be a hoss and will need a lot more milk. I have no idea. I've never felt like I've been this big before, but I've definitely put on some breast tissue, that's for sure. They've gotten a lot bigger. I've had to buy all new bras, all new sports bras, all new sleep bras. So it brings me to the point I wanted to bring up. I've gotten a few bras from Walmart that I actually have really loved. I meant to have those to show you, but I'll show you the next time. As well as I found a 2-pack of DKNY bras that I got off Amazon that are so comfortable. This one's one, it's just like a gray, and then a black, and I'll show those the next vlog too, and I will try and link those down below as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys later.